Funny. Okay, now that we're talking about this, like to give y'all a better view of what we're actually talking about. Let's say you've been in a relationship with someone and the relationship was rocky. The person didn't do what they were supposed to do in the beginning. Blah blah blah. We all broke it off. We got back together. Person promises to do better, girl or guy. They say they're gonna do more. They're gonna be more. They're gonna be better. That person is actually doing more. They're actually being better. But you can't let go of the past.
Anyways, all right, we are back again. We are going to talk about. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready because I don't even know what we're talking about.
We're talking about. How are you told them you don't know what you're talking about? What
Well, at
the?
least they know that we don't make these up. They're off the fly.
True. Anyways, we're talking about how do we get past or pass so that we could stay present
Okay.
and build for a future. So we're showing how the past, the present, and the future are all connected. We're talking about this in terms of relationships. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and of course it could be applied to wherever else, to
Wherever else.
whatever else aspect in your life. But we're talking about relationships because it's fun. Anyways,
And toxic.
it and toxic. We love toxic.
We do. It's funny. Okay, now that we're talking about this, like to give y'all a better view of what we're actually talking about. Let's say you've been in a relationship with someone and the relationship was rocky. The person didn't do what they were supposed to do in the beginning. Blah blah blah. We all broke it off. We got back together. Person promises to do better, girl or guy. They say they're gonna do more. They're gonna be more. They're gonna be better. That person is actually doing more. They're actually being better. But you can't let go of the past. So it's contradicting with what's going on in the present because you can't let go of the past. So when we talk about this, we're talking about toxic behaviors in general because oftentimes we see that the person in a relationship that has done everything quote unquote right oftentimes doesn't see their toxicity in the relationship. Okay, that person that did things bad in the relationship, they were toxic to you, they did toxic things, but they're moving on now. You become toxic when you decide to open that door again with that person to move forward to work with it, but you can't let go of the past. Now you're the toxic one.
Mhm.
Period.
Period. You just transfer the toxicity onto you, and you accepted it. Um, I was gonna say something just don't forget. Oh, I was gonna say we could also share this perspective where you were with someone and it seemed like you guys were gonna be together for forever. In love. First love. Let's say it's the first love. In love. All
Mm.
right. And for some reason it just didn't happen. It just broke off. It could be because of cheating, distance, or just falling out of love, or whatever the thing is. But because of the feeling you had with that person during that time, after the breakup, you're still holding on to that feeling
Mm.
because you were enjoying that love thing you were in. So you're enjoying that feel, you were enjoying it, but you're still holding on to it in the present. And while you're still holding on to that within the present, you are turning a blind eye to what's in front of you in terms of options. And because you're turning a blind eye to those options, your future is not being taken care of.
I feel like you're talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about no, I'm not this is something that people go through all the time because that's why people find it so hard to move on sometimes. And sometimes it takes people years, 10 years to just move on because we're still holding on to that feeling instead of looking at that person or other people that's right there providing you love, which is that's like another topic for another day. But providing you love, so then within that process, when you should be planning and setting up your future, you're not doing that because you're holding on to the past. Toxic. And then we wonder why, oh my gosh, I can't find anyone. There's no one out there, whatever, whatever. But we haven't let go off of the past. Someone once told me a lot of people have, I don't remember what they call it, the coin vision,
Mm-hmm.
where they have the coin so close. We're talking about the present right now. The coin is so close to their eye, they can't see what's around them. What they're seeing is what was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment something happens, I don't know what, something happens, and that coin starts moving back and back, further, further. You start seeing more. And because you start seeing more, you start being more present. And because you're being more present within your life, you start making the plans necessary for your future.
Mm. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something toxic about me. At 25, I've been with 3 people. That's toxic. You want to know why it's toxic?
Yes.
Because I am the person with the coin always in the eye. I am very terrified of letting go of what I feel in the present or what I don't know that's going to be for me in the future.
Yes.
So I'm going to be completely honest right now. If I ever end up in a situation where, things are so bad between me and my partner and I physically can't move on, I can't let that, I am going to have to ask God to remove that person out of my life because I am that person. I am a person that's built off of comfortability. Whoever I'm comfortable with, I will be with them no matter what they do to me. I'm comfortable with you, so I'll stay with you.
I'm right there
So,
with
so I will miss out on several great things. And that's the crazy thing is I'm only like this when it comes to relationships. When it comes to career goals, it comes to finances, it comes to school. I say I want to be a doctor, I'm going to be a doctor. Know how long it takes. If I say I want to be a nurse, I'm going to finish nursing school. I am a nurse. RN. Anyway, I'm going to do it. I don't care about what the future is. I don't care about how hard I heard the schooling was going to be. I'm going to jump head first. But because I'm not confident, what you lack confidence in, you lack strength in. What I'm not confident in, which is relationships,
Yep.
I stay with what's comfortable with me.
Yes, I agree. And I agree because that's me too. Because it's, and I feel like the devil always try to attack me at this part of my,
That's the only way he can. I've
because
learned that.
he knows that I'm weak
I
there.
was at the peak of my life,
Yep.
graduating school, getting my license. I mean, some of the best things that could ever happen to you were happening to me, but I'm still having relationship issues.
Yes.
Wow. Like
Wow.
what? And you think of that and it's like, well, why are you worried about relationship issues? You got to understand these material things, and when I say material things, degrees, finances, and things like that, are a lot smaller to what's actually in your heart and your spirit.
Yeah.
Like those things become big. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're goal-driven people. We could say we want to do this, we want to do this, that type of stuff. But the thing that is really true to us as human beings are the connections we make with people. It's when we find love and all that stuff. So that over like supersedes everything else. And it's something that we want, it's something that we desire, but it's also one of the things that we're least most like confident in because it involves another person. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm setting my goals, I know it's up to me.
Right. Oh.
It's up to me. So I'm gonna go for it. No one's gonna stop me. No one.
Oh.
But when we talk about a relationship, we're talking about someone else involved. So then it's like, oh my gosh, what happens now? What do we do? I'm gonna have to ask you about this first. So then, once we start putting ourselves into that, and then having that being taken away, we don't know how to let go off of that feeling because we've started to get it more in a way that we like. So whenever it starts going, we're like, no. So then instead of moving forward, we have a very, very hard time.
Mm.
We stay in that
It's
space.
very toxic. I
It's,
didn't realize how hard it was until it happened to me. I used to look at people and be like, "Well, just move on.
no,
It's just a relationship. It's just a guy. It's just a girl. Like, move. Why are you acting like this? What you crying for?" Until I became the one that was always crying
right.
because love. Oh Lord,
Mm,
damn. How can it over trump your accomplishments? Like you could have everything that has ever happened to you great right now, and that makes you depressed.
yes.
What?
It can make you hate your life, and you have everything else going for you.
You're rich. 3 degrees, literally, I kid you not, these are true stories. 3 degrees, licenses, a licensed professor, teacher, a licensed nurse, literally. But the people we're with, it ain't right, and we are depressed. Wake up in the morning crying, talking about why he or she don't like me, and you have $10,000 in the bank through 2 licenses and 4 degrees.
Yes, literally, like, am I doing life wrong?
Why me, God? What did I do to you?
I've been having conversation with God all the time because why me? And you know what? The devil knows that that is our weakness.
Yep.
And whenever we're at our peak, he tries to come in and snoop. But that's the time we need to be prayed up, okay? And also have a very loving, welcoming friend that knows how to listen. I was talking about me. I'm kidding.
Look, me. Just
But
saying.
yeah, so what advice would you say or give people on how to stay more present? Not just letting go of the past, but how do they stay more present?
How do they stay more present? Wow, that's hard. That's so hard. Because we never look at what's now. We always either look at the past or the future, things that aren't even here. So I think that my advice is will kind of be non-void because I'm still in the learning process of finding out how to stay present. I do know the only way you can stay present is having a coming to. When I mean a coming to, sometimes most people like most spiritual people will say coming to Jesus moment, but if you don't believe in Jesus, oh well. So a coming to,
Right.
and that is literally you getting smacked on your face, and you are in a position where you have to be in the present,
Mm-hmm.
and that has happened to me, and that's how I was able to know and to recognize I have to stay remain where I am right now. I cannot keep looking back. I cannot keep looking forward. When everything falls down on you, when everything is just is worse, that's when you will realize and appreciate what you have now. If there's no advice I can give you because we're all different. I
Yep.
can say, yeah, you need to, the best advice I can give you is to stay strong. Don't worry about him or her. Do you do 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 do. At the end of the day, 9 o'clock, you were back worrying about him. It is a human nature to be sad, depressed, happy, excited.
Yes.
I can't give you those emotions.
Yep.
I can tell you is that if you don't get to a point where everything done fell down on you and you have to be on your knees crying and begging to be you again, to find yourself again, then you'll never have that moment. So it has to have a coming to.
Yep.
What about you, Tafa? What advice or no advice
Or
give?
advice or no advice? I think of a couple things. Give yourself a chance. When I say give yourself a chance, I mean give yourself a chance in what you are looking for in a partner. And when I say that, I don't I don't mean creating what you're looking for in a partner based off who you were with. A lot of times we do that. We'll sit down, we'll write the things that we're looking for in a partner, which we all have something or a list that we look for in partners. But while we're doing that, we're creating that list based on the person we were in love with. We're looking at their characteristics and stuff that they did that we like, and we're creating that list. Take a moment, and this could be very difficult. Take a moment and write about 7 things that you are looking for in a partner, not just that person you're with, in a partner. All right. Um, and then another thing, in order to be present, I like lists. I like to do lists, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be present, one day at a time, wake up in the morning, wake up in the morning, get a sheet, your to-do lists, and you do those things for the day. You wake up the next day, your to-do lists, and you keep on. And that could be going out to see a friend, going to watch a movie. I'm gonna cook this today, or whatever it is. But ensure you're being present within doing those things within that moment, and keep yourself accountable with those things. All right.
Mm.
I'm not saying plan for the future week. All right. This is just trying to stay present. This could become hectic, but it's worth it. In the long run, when you start doing these things, you become more accountable, you become more disciplined, and you're also setting up yourself for a future that could resemble what you have in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Knock out some things that you want to do in the day.
Yep.
Again, this is what I would do. I'm not saying it's going to work for you because we're all different. Because I'll make that list and I'll get to 9 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, and at 9:02, I'm crying.
Literally on the ground. I can't do this no more. Okay?
I don't want to do this
I
list.
don't want to do this anymore.
So
Literally.
it's a process, it's a time, but just being aware of it, being aware that you're holding yourself back because you're so caught up in the past. And because you're holding yourself back in the past, you're not being present. But we need the present moment to
To
plan
be
for.
a future.
Okay. I think that was good.
That was good. Did you record without me?
Are you ready now?
You have to wait until people say they're ready. We need to get. We know as we grow, we need to invest in the actual cameras that we sit on top of the thing, the actual good web cameras, and not that little stank ass Toshiba cameras we got, because it's not giving me what it's giving me right now in person.
No, true. I get it. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all go follow me at Queen Erica, 3 E's, 2 A's at the end. I am really a model. This is not giving me model, but okay.
All right.